Today, we will hear Black Americans speaking on the current conflict happening between Iran and the United States and asking how this affects foundational Black Americans. Check it out.
Don't be saying too much about Iran. They said that we're cool. They said that we are cool. They said African Americans have been through a lot. So don't say too much. Don't go over there and don't be doing too much. And you know, if you look like us and you wearing that camo, you better not be doing too much. Because they said that we cool. They said that we cool. So I just want to let y'all remember that. Like, they said that we cool. They know that we kidnapped. They know that we're hostage. We have no nationalism in this bitch. We ain't got no say. We ain't got no motherfucking... I ain't got no say. I ain't got no say. You see, we try to give them a Black woman president, an actual, like, and she's still not even African American. The bitch is everything but we got the lightest one. They didn't even want her. Obama doesn't count. Obama's not African American. He's not Black American. He doesn't count. His dad's Kenyan. We have no say about anything. Don't even look at Obama. Don't look at Kamala. They don't represent us.
This is for Black people and Black people only. If you are not Black, keep scrolling. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, that's probably because you should have kept scrolling. Okay? Things I will not be around while all of this is going on. Yeah. Won't be around it. I'm sorry. Nowhere where this is at, I will not be. Yeah. I don't care if I got the money for it or what. Things I will be around it, I said I ain't around no more because I ain't ghetto no more. Yeah. Going back to what I'm used to. Sticking to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. Okay? Let me break this down for y'all. Ski resorts. Snow tubing. Yeah. Vacations where it is cold at. Yeah. Stop and shop. Aldi's. This little Aldi's thing. Yeah. Biggest malls in the state. Yeah. Can't do it. Therapists. Yeah. Can't be around them right now. Things of that nature. Air hockey. Big arcades. Bowling alleys where there are bars, dance floors, and the biggest bowling alleys. Yeah, won't be around that. Yeah. Gambling halls. Yeah. Laundromats. Yeah. Shop right. Yeah. That's what you kept. Yeah. Card games. Yeah. Cookouts on the porch that's inside of the house enclosed. Yeah. Places where they might steal cars and I gotta keep checking on my car every hour. Yeah. Used to it. Rather be there. I like my odds there. But places that are steakhouses, Wolfgang Pup, yeah, won't be there. I'm sorry, baby girl, look at it online. We could cook it at the house. I'm on my mama type of timing. If you ain't understand what just happened or what went wrong, we are at war. And I'm telling you, it might be ghetto. You might have came out of that tax bracket. Safest place to be in America right now. It's not with us. The problem not with us. Yeah. Handle y'all schedule. Y'all been asking for this for a long time now. Y'all get it out y'all system. Let us know when the coast is clear. Yeah. Go where you celebrate it and not just tolerate it. Yeah. This is my message. I'll see y'all on the back end. I'm just a messenger.
Let's get this straight. The war against Iran is the so-called white people war against Iran. We, as the indigenous people of Turtle Island, we don't want nothing to do with none of this foolishness. This is all on these white folks or these colonizers. This is exactly what we've been dealing with the whole time that they came and stole our land and started massacring and unaliving and raping our little ones. And all the way up to the day Epstein, Hugh Hefner, we've been dealing with this. We can't wait for them to get their ass kicked in the war so we can get our shit back. That's how much we despise them. We don't want nothing to do. We hope this the war that they get their ass kicked so we can get our land back. Trust me. They ain't gonna show y'all how we really feel because it scares them.
My brother is in Kuwait. And Wigs R Us decided they wanted to attack Iran last night. Him and Israel. Calling it preemptive strikes. Trying to take out the Iranian missile systems, which they did not even hit. What they did hit was Tehran and other cities in Iran on the midst of us having diplomatic conversations so we could all get along. This is an Izzy type of situation. Izzy will try to say that they're having diplomatic conversations and then attack. So the United States took a play out of Izzy's book. And Iran said, you know what, bitch, it's on. Y'all didn't even hit none of our missiles. And MAGA is trying to frame it as if Wigs R Us is trying to liberate the people of Iran. That's bull. Can't even get liberated here. Now, all military bases surrounding Iran are on high alert. That includes Qatar, Bahrain, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Kuwait. Now, according to U.S. officials, Iran has already launched missile strikes aimed at multiple U.S. military bases in the Gulf region as a part of its retaliation against the U.S.-Israel military strikes on Iran territory. The reported targets are Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, and the naval support activity in Bahrain. Let's hope this doesn't escalate, because I really want my brother to come home in April.
Well, y'all, I got confirmation. Y'all peep this shit. So, y'all remember old boy from Iran? You know, the supreme leader? Yeah, this guy, the supreme leader of Iran. It has been confirmed. Oh yeah, they got him. He got. So that's very unfortunate. But with that being said, there's also something unfortunate I will also like to report. So y'all remember that school that they said they had hit, that all-girls school located in Iran? Come to find out, it was 150 baby girls that was taken out by that airstrike. And you know what's up about this whole thing? Not only is our tax-paying dollars going towards bullshit like this, it is also going towards funding the lifestyle of the best friend that helped them do this. While we, on the other hand, get chains at the end of the day, knowing good and goddamn well our income tax is only gonna last us about a good 2 months. Meanwhile, however, our tax money over there in Israel, oh honey, not only are we paying for their universal health care, we are also paying for the fact that each child that they have, they get paid $1,000 up until that child is of age of an adult. $1,000 per child. So now that kind of had you wondering, I wonder what does the average paying American get from that? Nothing. Oh, you didn't know that about Israel? Yeah, look that shit up. We are paying for their livelihood. We're paying for this goofy ass war. But what do Americans get in return? Nothing. So let me ask you this one more time. Are we great yet? Highly doubt that.
I don't know if I should be saying this, but Iran holding its own. That bitch, Iran getting jumped right now. And don't give a f. And don't. That bitch. What? No shade. Now, no dead ass. Like, Iran dead ass. Y'all, what country you know bold enough to what? They took out all them bases. What? Pronto. Iran not joke. They not here for the games. They like, we not the ones. Jono say, nigga. Iran gangster. I've been telling y'all Iran gangster. I've been telling y'all they really a crash out for real. They really crashing out right now. But as they should be. Why did we attack them? And we told everybody we was not going to attack them. That's some weird shit. Lame shit in the name of Gretch.
The commentary about Iran is hilarious to me. When I say hilarious, I mean ironic and walk with me. So the entire world knew that the United States was going to be attacking Iran. And in preparation for this, the United States and some European countries decided to remove all of their soldiers from military bases over in the Middle East. So after they attack Iran, Iran knows, one, those military bases are empty. 2, they can't get to the United States even if they wanted to. And 3, even if they try to attack Israel, Israel has that military dome, and that dome is going to catch most of the missiles. So you know what Iran does? They decide to attack the military bases anyway, just to damage them. Then they decide to attack the hotel where they believe the United States military is staying. And 3, they decide to attack every neighboring country that hosts a U.S. military base in the residential and civilian areas. And now people are saying that Iran's response is disproportionate to what the United States did. And you might be asking, what did the United States do? Well, not only did the United States attack them, but they used the ploy of, we're going to negotiate peace to get all of Iran's leaders to one room to sit at a table. And once they got everybody there, they bombed that area and killed them. And now everybody wants to be shocked because they expected Iran to focus all of their energy on Israel and the United States. And Iran, reversed and was like, actually, since these countries want to allow y'all to host U.S. bases, I'm going to attack them too. In part because those countries have abysmal military technology and can't defend themselves the way that Israel and the United States can. And now everybody is scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. Not to mention Iran actually closed the Strait of Hormuz. And baby, do I agree with it? No. If I was Iran in a military conflict like this, would I do the same thing? Probably. But baby, if that strait is closed for a significant amount of time, shit is about to get real expensive.
The current conflict involving Iran, Israel, and the United States did not come out of nowhere. It is the result of decades of political hostility, proxy wars, broken diplomacy, and strategic manipulation that has slowly escalated into open confrontation. What we are seeing now is the boiling over of tensions that have been building since the late 20th century, with the United States once again positioned as the primary military muscle behind Israel's regional ambitions. The roots of this conflict go back to 1979, when Iran underwent its Islamic Revolution. Before that point, Iran had relatively functional relations with the U.S. and even indirect ties with Israel. That all changed when the new Iranian government adopted a hard, anti-American and anti-Zionist stance, framing the United States as an imperial power and Israel as an illegitimate settler state. From that moment on, Iran began positioning itself as a leader of resistance against U.S. and Israeli influence in the Middle East. This ideological opposition became the foundation for decades of hostility. Over time, Iran avoided direct war with Israel by supporting proxy forces throughout the region. Groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, armed factions in Syria and Iraq, and later Hamas in Gaza became extensions of Iran's influence. Israel, for its part, has long viewed Iran as its greatest existential threat, particularly because of Iran's missile program and its nuclear ambitions. This led Israel to carry out covert operations, assassinations of Iranian scientists, cyber attacks, and airstrikes on Iranian-linked targets for years, often with tacit or explicit U.S. approval. The United States' role in this conflict is critical. Since Israel's founding, the U.S. has provided it with unwavering diplomatic protection, billions in military aid, and access to the most advanced weapon systems in the world. While Israel is often portrayed as acting independently, the reality is that its ability to sustain large-scale military operations depends heavily on American funding, intelligence, logistics, and global cover. As tensions with Iran intensified, Israel increasingly leaned on U.S. military power, not just defensively, but offensively. In the current escalation, U.S. forces are no longer operating only as a backstop or deterrent. American aircraft, naval assets, and regional bases are actively involved in strikes, missile defense, and coordination with Israeli operations. This allows Israel to wage a far broader conflict than it could on its own, while the United States absorbs much of the geopolitical fallout. In practical terms, America is fighting Israel's battles while framing them as matters of global security. One of the major triggers for the present conflict has been the collapse of nuclear diplomacy. Years of negotiations aimed at limiting Iran's nuclear program broke down, increasing fears that Iran was moving closer to nuclear weapons capability. Israel has repeatedly stated it would never allow that to happen. When diplomacy failed, military action became the chosen path, leading to direct strikes on Iranian targets and retaliatory attacks across the region. Reports of senior Iranian leadership being unalived, including Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, marked an unprecedented escalation and made de-escalation far more difficult. When asking who truly benefits from this conflict, the answer is rarely the everyday people involved. Governments gain leverage, influence, and bargaining power. Defense contractors and the broader military-industrial complex profit enormously from prolonged conflict, weapons sales, and increased defense budgets. Energy markets also react to instability, especially when critical shipping routes like the Strait of Hormuz are threatened, driving up oil prices and creating windfalls for certain corporations and investors. What does not benefit is the global working class. Civilians in Iran, Israel, and neighboring countries suffer the direct consequences of bombings, displacement, and economic collapse. Globally, rising fuel and food prices hit everyday people hardest, especially communities already struggling financially. The cost of war is always socialized, while the profits are privatized. For foundational Black Americans, most of us are not emotionally or politically invested in this foreign conflict, and many are simply minding their business. However, history shows that U.S. foreign wars still find ways to reach Black communities. Resources that could be used for healthcare, housing, education, and infrastructure are instead diverted to overseas military campaigns. Black Americans have also historically been disproportionately represented in frontline military service, while seeing few long-term benefits when the wars end. Another important point often overlooked is the risk of expansion. This is not just a conflict between three countries. Iran's alliances, Israel's regional enemies, and America's global rivals all create the conditions for a wider war if miscalculations continue. Russia and China are watching closely. Global diplomacy is strained, and international law is increasingly sidelined in favor of raw power. At its core, this conflict is less about safety or democracy and more about control, influence, and maintaining dominance in a strategically critical region. While politicians frame it as necessary or unavoidable, history shows that these wars rarely resolve the underlying issues. They simply reset the clock for the next escalation, while ordinary people, especially those with no voice in the decision-making, pay the price. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.